Hello gorgeous Aries, I hope you're well. Let's see what messages the tarot has in store for you this week. Aries, how is Aries feeling right now? How is Aries feeling right now? How is Aries feeling right now? Okay. You might be just unnecessarily be feeling anxious for no reason at all. The Nine of Swords is about kind of reminding you of self-fulfilling prophecies. So be mindful, Aries, about what it is that you're thinking about, because you know our thoughts affect our body and they affect our experiences. You know, it's proven in physics that our consciousness creates our experience. So try not to entertain thoughts which lead to feelings of anxiety. Try not to entertain thoughts that leave you feeling trapped, you know. The Nine of Swords is about examining kind of your guilt and your tendency to kind of always think that something bad will happen, because it won't. If you know, it's what you think affects what happens. So why is the Nine of Swords there, please? Why is the Nine of Swords there? Okay, the Nine of Swords is here because you've got the Seven of Cups, which is about you deciding what you truly want. Another card has just jumped out, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, we've got another 7 here, but I'll start with this one. So you might be feeling anxious about making the wrong decision. You might be feeling anxious about what it is that you truly want, because the Seven of Cups is asking you to feel your way through it. And if you're not really used to using your heart as a guidance system, then that could be a source of anxiety for you. But the Seven of Cups is helping you to do that. You'll notice in this card the symbolism is a person looking at what lays before them. All these future potentials, you know, things that are waiting to manifest. So some of them depict illusions, some of them depict fantasies, some of them are realities, and some of them are just, you know, not real at all. But unless we sit with the feelings, which is the Suit of the Cups, unless we sit with the future potentials and actually feel our way through it to see what it is that actually feels good to us, we never really decide. And the Seven of Cups is about making a decision, but from the heart. You know, we have not only a brain here, but we have a brain in the heart too, and we have a brain in the gut. It's proven in science now that we have neurons around the heart and we have neurons around the gut. So the Seven of Cups is asking you to use your intuitive decision-making faculties from your heart and from your gut to help you decide what to pursue. The card that jumped out when I was going to discuss the Seven of Cups is the Seven of Wands. So this is about you believing in your greatness, Aries. This is about you realising that although there's competition, although there's challenges, you are heads above the rest and you can handle this. You know, you are the person in this card right now. So any challenges you face are depicted here by the other ones. So you've got this, you can handle this. What's the most important thing Aries needs to know? What's the most important thing Aries needs to know? I can feel like a bit of a cheeky grin happening on some of your faces whilst you're watching this, as if to say, yeah, I have got this, yeah, I am awesome. That's the type of thoughts that you need to say to kind of overcome the first card, the Nine of Swords. What's the most important thing Aries needs to know about this week, please? What's the most important thing Aries needs to know? Queen of Swords. Okay. So, it's interesting that you've got the Seven of Cups and then you've got this, because it's very different energy, because the Queen of Swords is somebody that is very protective over her heart. She's got excellent boundaries and she doesn't really use her emotions in part of her like deciding, you know, like she uses her mind because she's been so hurt in the past. You know, there's lots of mythic stories associated with the Queen of Swords energy, and essentially she's archetypal. Like we're all subject to each tarot card in our life, and this Queen of Swords stage of life is when we have distanced ourselves from our heart so much that we become very logical, very strategic. We live in our mind, and it helps us feel safe to do so. But what happens is we can end up giving off the energy of being quite despondent and aloof. So people can't quite get close to us because we're so up in the sky, we're so up in the mind. So even though you've got amazing like abilities to foresee what your actions have an effect on, and how kind of what you decide, you can kind of have the foresight to see how that will play out in the future. Like it's an incredible skill. The message of the Queen of Swords is to allow your heart intelligence to be part of your decision making, because that will help you to feel balanced, and also it will help you to move on to the next card, which is the King of Swords, which is about being a leader and being completely organised. So it seems like you're being given an opportunity here to kind of allow your heart into the process, so that will help you to become more self-disciplined, more organised, and to essentially step into a leadership role, because you are being prepped for something really big, Aries, really big. What can Aries look forward to? You can look forward to celebration, rest, relaxation, acknowledgement from your peers, acknowledgement from your family, your friends, your colleagues, and a chance to stop, to pause, to see differently, so that you can plan for the next stage of your life. This is about you acknowledging what's a blessing in your life, who's a blessing in your life, what fills you with passion, what fills you with excitement, what fills you with inspiration. You can look forward to time to do just that, to ponder those things, to count those things, and perhaps even extend appreciation to those people, or even to yourself, really, because you're your own best friend. You can either be your own best friend or your own worst enemy. And this seems to me that you've got an opportunity this week to be your own best friend, and to pat yourself on the back, and to acknowledge your achievements to date. You know, think back to who you were 8 years ago, 8 months ago, 8 weeks ago. You've come through so much, Aries, and this week you've got an opportunity to really acknowledge that journey, to pat yourself on your back, and that is going to fill you up with energy, passion to pursue the next project. What could be a challenge for Aries, please? What could be a challenge? Ooh. What could be a challenge is thinking about a new direction in terms of your career. Whenever we get the Seven of Pentacles, we're likely to be offered something very different to what we've been doing before. And you can see here that the Six Pentacles here, it's surrounded by a lot of growth, which symbolises abundance. So you've received a lot of rewards for what you've been doing to date. But you can see there's some leaves are starting to turn brown. And then this new pentacle here is new. It's growing by itself. And it's the person, you, in this card, is deciding whether to risk losing what they've already built to pursue a new passion, or to stick with the tried and tested because that's reliable and you've received rewards from that. Whatever comes to mind when I talk about this, give it some consideration, because whenever we get this card, whatever is being offered is divinely inspired. It's meant to help us to grow and expand. We're not meant to stay doing the same thing. We are meant to continue to grow and to evolve. So whatever it is that's different, that is coming to mind when I talk about this, pursue it. Give it energy, because the universe is giving it to you to help you to grow and to evolve. I'm going to pull one more card. What's the most important thing Aries needs to know about this week, please? Victory. The Six of Wands is the card of victory. So the most important thing you need to know is that there's going to be celebration this week. There's going to be things that you are wanting to be joyful about and to acknowledge and to share your excitement with others. Lap up this praise, lap up this acknowledgement, because you deserve it, sweetheart. That was your weekly Tarotscope, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know what resonated. You can send me a private message or leave a comment on the post. If you enjoyed it, you might like to check out your written Tarotscope over on my website and on Instagram. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can find information and latest reviews over on my website, sallykent.co.uk, and the links for those are below. But I'm sending you so much love. Have a magical week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.